Alpha as well on the front line. Whether or not GEEKSTAR is up to the task. As well as if we're going to be seeing Dolby later on, because we did see him subbed in after the first 2 map losses in the GEEKSTAR versus Blossom series. They lost Lijiang and Nimbani. Dolby came in, so we saw the house elf for the first time, but will he make an appearance here in the playoffs?
Good question. A reminder for those who are watching for the first time, GEEKSTAR has a lot of fans, which is odd because they're, come from the organization Eclipse. GEEKSTAR is a hardware sponsor, a title sponsor for the org.
And really love those monitors.
They do. But they purchased X6's slot. So
yes.
X6, obviously expanding in Overwatch in Korea. And, they took that spot. So XC will be on the Zenyatta, but we will see Sparkle's Doomfist to begin the match. This is a diva-less composition. That is how Element Mystic runs this. They keep Hanbin flexed on the Zarya.
Dive into the back here. Sparkle going to be building up those shields quite nicely, up well above 400 at the moment, but has not gotten a pick off. Cable Sheik will be popped out of the mech by XC. Already showing off that accuracy. Good little shot here into the wall with a rocket punch. Leo now Waffle going to be taken down. Doha the only loss on the side of Element Mystic thus far. Now slam into the back, misses out on Nahu, but he does not stand a chance while he's all by himself. The team wipe to kick things off. Element Mystic looking good at the beginning here of Night Market.
Yep. Sparkle nearly at that Meteor Strike means that it's going to be really difficult to approach in this, well, not even really in the choke. I mean, sure, you can Meteor Strike there. He doesn't have it yet for this approach here, but it's very strong on the point itself. And that's something that GEEKSTAR is going to have to respond to. Look at this, they don't know where he is.
Yep, Grab going to be built up soon here as well. Shadow's going to be coming down. Sparkle gets locked up for the moment, but Alpha on the back of that ult manages to find Waffle. Gable, she gets popped out, and it's just going to be another wipe back to back from Element Mystic.
And now they're nearly at, the big 6. They will have nearly everything but the Shatter for the next fight. GEEKSTAR builds almost nothing from this because they don't get to touch anyone with Yeomwan, as he's basically instantly deleted. Not even 2/3 of the way to a grab yet. Sparkle, again, his skill on the Doomfist has mostly just been flanking and finding angles. And again, he's going to have one.
Grab going to be coming down. Attack going to be the Space Jam coming in. Sparkle stomps out Yeomwan. Finds the hit. Rocket punch for another target. It'll be Gable. She popped out of the mech. Leo going to be gone. Pushing forward, looking to chase in. The rest of the members of GEEKSTAR have retreated back over to the dropship, but already 60% encroaching here for Element Mystic.
Yeomwan is just not able to build anything. Even if he did, XE has the answering trance, but he built a fat 9% on that attack. Quick reaction from Hu as always, but it's not fast enough to stop the initial kill from coming through on the Meteor Strike.
Oh, Alpha trying to go for the Shatter, does get stunned up, will not have it. Now he's down quite low. Transcendent going to be pushed in from XE, does manage to keep him topped up. Tank front line going to be quite healthy here for Element Mystic. Leo going to be gone. Sparkle looking to assassinate. A couple more shots, gets that sound barrier shield to really help him win out on the battle. Grab in, not going to find anything. Han been nearly with one of his own. Meteor Strike used by Sparkle.
Yeah, just kind of a safety thing.
Yeah, chase his way in, stay safe. Shatter going to be used by Leo. Locks him down, back cap nearly happening, but Sparkle cleans up the kill here onto the enemy Ryan. They'll make their way over. Now all they have to do really is deal with Waffle. OT ticking down, they stun him out of the point, and it's just going to be 100-0 to start.
And once again, Sparkle finds these flanking locations. It's difficult to track on Lijiang when you get control of the neutral, because, some of the things we saw him do on, for example, Achilios last time and then moving into Hollywood, you could chalk up to Busan Wave's Ritz not tracking where he was as a mistake by Ritz. There should always be tracking where's the Doomfist, so when he comes behind, rocket punches, uppercuts, you don't just get massive free shields and, temporary immortality from that. But in this case, it's hard to track where he is because you just simply cannot get vision of him with the 3-3 comp. In order to really know where he was, you'd have to switch to Hanzo, which is unrealistic, right? So Sparkle is kind of abusing that fact on this map to find these angles that GEEKSTAR cannot predict. And I think we'll see something similar to that here. If they win this first fight, it's going to be even more tough.
Yep. Into the back, big shielding coming down. It still gets focused for a moment here, but we'll be able to stay alive, gets that final punch in the knock Cable Sheet out of the mech. And Sparkle continues to lead the charge, as GEEKSTAR will be team wiped for which feels like the umpteenth time.
Yeah.
Delayed team wipe. Cable Sheet with the sliver of HP will finally be finished off.
Haman's like, look, man, I didn't do any damage in that fight. Can I have the charge?
I desperately need some ult charge here. Cap's going to be coming down. They'll push forward looking at the choke.
Well, I mean, look, because he doesn't have that ult charge built, because GEEKSTAR didn't give any of it, There's not really that AoE control of this choke, so there's an opportunity for Waffle to speed boost them in here, and they could get a one fight. Especially because there's no D.Va here. But
yeah, who's just going to be taken down. Sparkle dismantling the support line as Waffle as well will be eliminated. Alpha is straight up here onto the dropship ramp. Starts back to rejoin in with the rest of his squad.
It's usually the attacking team that has to take the long route, the flanking route, and it's very difficult to pull off, so you almost never see it. They just fight this. But it's actually Sparkle who flanks them this time, trips them up. Now they're going to take the flanking route now that the AoE ults are there, but they still have to go through this choke here, this funnel.
Yep, looking for the rocket punch, not going to find it. Seismic Slam, however, quite big. Leo getting focused down, doesn't stand a chance. Unique will come up with a kill, and then here we go. Just keep spilling forward over and over again. This is like the worst version of Groundhog Day if you're GEEKSTAR.
Yeah.
Just at every twist and turn, the same thing occurring no matter what you try to do.
And who nearly had the chance, if he had it for that fight, maybe if they even waited physically 5 to 7 seconds there, he would have actually just had it by time build. They could have maybe won that fight, but he didn't. He has it now. He needs to use it. There it is.
Pushing their way through. That is going to be the grab, locking them in. Sparkle. Do we see the meteor strike? Starting to go into the back line. Sound barriers down the bottom from Gable. She gets 3, actually. Opens things up. Sparkle just going to be going off the side. Assassin does boop him out. And a very big twist and turn of events. GEEKSTAR will be able to push forward and get the cap.
It's very easy for GEEKSTAR to get big grabs and set up self-destructs because this flex of Sparkle onto the Doomfist means they're running a D.Va-less comp.
Yeah, swinging away here now off the back of the Shatter. Leo will be able to shut him down, and just like that, the strat of blocking them out, of gatekeeping them here in the choke is now in favor of GEEKSTAR, but how long can they maintain control?
They just need to have someone track whether Sparkle's going to come from the other side. It's very easy to see that. Obviously, you're controlling this choke here. They're going to back off.
Way forward, Shatter online. Leo dropping the shield here for the moment, but picks it back up in time. Pin, however, is going to be there. They take him lower and lower, and Alpha is able to finish him off. Now the sound barrier is going to be in. Xe as well finding Assassin. Good punch into the wall. Yom1 going lower. And Alpha will be able to go ahead and scoop up the kill. Chase forward, uppercut there on a Waffle. Takes him down below half HP. He's going to be retreating. Gambles is going to be popped out and finished off. The flip will come back through for Element Mystic.
It's crazy how Doomfist operates like a Genji with Dragon Blade when he does have something like a sound barrier. They time it at the last second so he gets the shield, then he gets extra shields as he comes through. He doesn't get dash resets or anything like that, but he basically becomes immortal and can do that massive damage. Now he's got this Meteor Strike once again. Last chance for GEEKSTAR. They're going to have the grab, they're going to have the trance. This one needs to be big when Xe does not have the answering trance.
95% now moving up. Big uppercut here from Sparkle, goes into the back line, tries to assassinate who, but he gets the transcendence off in time. Alpha and Hanfit both going to be locked up, and Leo finds the double kill with a pin. The bomb from Gable. She takes down Doha. Well, the Mystic might be losing out onto this one here. And Sparkle will go ahead, go off the side of the map for the reset. So they force the 99%. GEEKSTAR take over at 50.
And this was the fight they knew that they were going to have a great chance of winning without Xe having an ult. However, now they don't have their trance because they needed it to secure, and Element Mystic has all the AoE ults. This Shatter, if it's big, can buy them a lot of times. But it's done.
Goes in for the Shatter. Leo going to be interrupted, doesn't get it. Grab's going to be out, locks him up. Meteor Strike, Spaceship, double kill from Sparkle. Gets Waffle, gets Leo. Now going to be looking for a little bit more. Gable, she popped out Assassin, going to be taken down. Sparkle makes his way over onto the point to get the cap rolling through. The team wipe is there, and 77%, 78 is about as good as it's going to get here for GEEKSTAR.
Yep, that's it. That will be map number 1, going to Element Mystic once again off the back of the Doomfist flex. And it's interesting to see how Element Mystic decides to do this. Remember, D.Va is one of the most core heroes in this meta and has been the longest standing core hero of any meta. But in this case, they're running a D.Va-less comp. The trade-off is you don't have high ground control, you don't really have any vertical movement outside the Doomfist, you don't have the ability to eat grabs. But in this case, on a map like Lijiang, high-low ground isn't really a factor, it's just about the choke, so it makes a lot of sense to go D.Va-less, keep your Zarya, have the bubble, and it's all about the flanks from Sparkle. Against GC Busan Wave, as we got deeper into the series, a lot of it was about Doha stunning to light the enemy Brigitte, so that Sparkle would not have any, way to be locked down. But in this match, he wasn't even oppressed, by the D.Va at all, or sorry, by the enemy Brigitte at all, because he's just finding these flanks, he's getting these angles, he's always surprising GEEKSTAR. As the series goes on, it will be less and less possible to just trip them up, find these angles. Alpha looks like he lost the map, but we know he had some impressive plays there.
And he's just always got his hair pushed back up. I'm sure we'll see him go ahead and do that with his...
There is a chance we see him subbed out here, but, you know, maybe just keep him in until things get rocky. I mean, it was a pretty safe bet to have him in there on that first map.
Zoom in on the hair.
Yeah. He knows it too. You can hear the commentators.
I thought his glasses said esports for a second. Esports, I suppose, is what that says. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's a like accessory company out here.
But really, they're really playing up this this hair angle.
The headset hair, man, and his hands just accentuating it.
Yeah.
It happens.
Kind of like Kid Gohan for a bit when he had that. Jutting out at like different angles. But, well, I mean, they put percentage on the board in the second half there of Lijiang Tower. GEEKSTAR did put up more of a fight, which is impressive considering that that is actually the most difficult map. Swaps to be coming through yet as far as the rosters are concerned. GEEKSTAR will be pushing us forward with their hybrid map selection pool is wide open. We've seen a lot of Kings Row so far. We've seen Blizzard World. Do we get something new?
I would love to see the Blizzard World against Element Mystic wide open.
I would love to see Eichenwald.
Hollywood
though. Okay, not going to happen.
So I think the idea with this Hollywood pick is when you go to the street space against Doomfist, Doomfist doesn't have a lot of space in which he can hide that's not visible to the Diva. The enemy Diva can go on the high ground, track where Sparkle is. Brit's had a hard time doing so, but I think that's the idea here.
All right, well, here we go, Hollywood. There we go.
Yep. You know, GEEKSTAR is a newer team, a lot of fans, but sometimes it takes a while for it to kind of be decided who's going to lead the cheers.
Got to get used to it, you know?
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, just going back to that point, just to kind of wrap this up as quickly as I can. The Diva tracks the Doomfist because it's the most mobile hero in the 3-3. Needs to get up on the high ground, try to figure out where he's hiding. If you know where he is, you can avoid him. You can prevent him from getting massive shields on his initial rocket punch approach into the uppercut. If you can prevent that from happening, then you can either stun him or just kind of kite back and kill him. Then he dies on his own while Element Mystic is trying to collapse and save him. You know, we're seeing Doha like throw the armor pack as fast as he can, as far as he can. But that's the idea. But on point A, it's almost impossible for Diva to get that information. We're talking about the streets phase here, and maybe they're just thinking Cable Sheet can track him once we get to that point. Let's see if they can capture A first, though, because Sparkle has had historic great success on this map.
He keeps playing the same angle with the Doomfist on this map, and it's always just behind this corner near the entrance to security. But this time, changing it up. He's coming in from behind, dives in, seismic slam, getting a couple of hits, now drop down, gets the punch, and that's going to be Super 1 Specialist Leo and Who both get dropped. They're going to be looking for a little bit more, dives in, gets the isolation there onto the Lucio, but the bubble is good from Yeomwan.
That was nicely done by Yeomwan, the protection there. Sparkle builds 60%, and again, on the attack of A, without some sort of sonic arrow or other, detection device, cloaked Sombra, you're not really going to have a realistic way to know where the Doomfist is. And if you're swapping to something like that, you're running an inefficient composition. So it's actually pretty cool to have Sparkle commit this long on this hero here.
They're still going to be sticking through into the back. Puts the ride up onto the high ground, but will be taken down. Who comes up with a kill? Nice sniping by him just before he can get that meteor strike, so did not have the escape ready to go. Element Mystic makes their way back over onto the point. Alpha dangerously low, has to go in and pick up the mini pack here.
They may have to trance to survive this.
They might just have to do it. They're giving up a little bit of space here as they wait for the Doomfist to come back in. One tick going to be grabbed. Scored through onto Hanbin. He's taking a lot of damage. Shield's going to be up. The barrier dangerously low. Transcendence to open things. Who's going to be locked in? Gamesheet fights Sparkle again as soon as he rejoins. Grab not going to lead to anything. They go ahead, sustain through that one with the sound barrier. Now Alpha going to be picked off. 100 energy for Yeomwan. Lick's coming down. Doha not really going to be standing a chance. Will be eliminated. By just a little bit of time here, but GEEKSTAR, very nice push comes through on the back of that pickoff on a Sparkle. And that leads to a point A cap.
A lot of teams would have gone into the, house itself, would have moved off the point to try to take the 6v5 fight before Sparkle rejoins, but GEEKSTAR played the more patient game. They stayed outside, forced Element Mystic to come to them. had their trance out early. XE responds, but Hanbin's grab really comes up with nothing there at the end of the day because who is ready? They led that fight by defense. Well played.
Riley is out from Assassin. Armoring up everybody. Shatter going to be coming down. Sound barrier. They're trying to keep them alive. Noha going to be eliminated, but Sparkle comes in with the Meteor Strike. Takes down Leo. That opens things up for Element Mystic to gain control over the cart here at the choke. Punch and Waffle going to be gone. Gable, she popped out. Clean-up time as they just try to get a nice little stagger here onto the Baby Diva. We know how this works. You get the boot back with the Lucio, you get the uppercut, pushing her up the street, and then finally kill her off.
So this is another one of those points where it's difficult for the attacking team to identify where Sparkle is because of the choke and the lack of vision. You know, Gableshi obviously about to respawn, but he can't fly up and find out where Sparkle is. So he could be on the ground, he could be behind the general store. There's a lot of places he could be. So this is very frustrating. A really nice hold here for Element Mystic. It's actually just going to stay right up in their faces at this moment in time, actually.
Oh, Crab's going to be coming down. Locking him up here onto the cart. Not going to be Ian, but not going to be leading to any kills here at the moment. XE does have that Transcendence ready to go, but Sparkle now going to be focused down. Young1 comes up with a kill. Answering grab out from Hotbit. Alpha finds a pin on the Waffle. Leo under some fire. Shatter comes in from Alpha, rather, who does manage to punish him, but Leo will be taken down. Gable, she's going to get popped out. Even just invest the self-destruct.
That's a huge turn shatter from Alpha. Without that, it's very likely that GEEKSTAR out-sustains them.
They're trying to make their way out of here. They're actually trying to turn things around completely on its head with the sound barrier coming through. They know that Alpha's not going to be here to rejoin in. They get the kill on the Hotbit, now trying to hound down Unique. Can't finish him off. Sparkle finds who, goes into the back, but he's all on his lonesome and will be burned down.
I am loving these teams turning on the chasing Zaryas. We saw it earlier, done several times by WGS, and now we're seeing GEEKSTAR utilize it as well against Hanbin, who's more of a novice flex Zarya, right? Sparkle's the main Zarya for the team. Every time he's trying to chase for ult charge, they're like, well, you know, we can actually get him while he's by himself. He's the only one coming after us. Nicely done. Sparkle still holding this Meteor Strike.
Yep, has it ready to go. Punch in. Grab's going to be out from Young1, locking him up. Sparkle can't use the Meteor Strike. Shatter out from Leo. Not going to find anything. Now the sound barrier's coming through. Transcendence about to expire from who? Sparkle taking his time, drops in. Almost no health remaining. Gets the shielding in. He's going to stay alive. It's going to lead to a double kill for him. Assassin and who both going to be dropped. Cleanup time. As they look for Gableshi, they see him over onto the left-hand side. Can they get the break on the mech? The answer is going to be yes.
Yes, very well played by Element Mystic here around Sparkle there. And that Meteor Strike, well-timed, the last possible second as we see another stagger here. He should be able to get it back now that he's got the bubble.
Yeah, he's at 62%. Shields up will block him, so they do buy a bit of time on this, but you can see as the shots come through very rapidly to build that one up. So now he's going to be remaking bubble through on his Sparkle as he goes into the back. Shatter going to be coming down, but doesn't really catch anybody other than Young1, who's sitting over on the dumpster. Not in it. Pick off onto Alpha. Could be a turning point, but Assassin's very swiftly taken out and answered for by Sparkle. Still pushing up though. GEEKSTAR trying to join in onto the card as who spams away, trying to build up for that next Transcendence. Grab from downtown. Young1 locks up two. They get the kills and the cart can finally advance.
Yeah, this is looking really good for GEEKSTAR now. They also have this ability to try to control these chokes. Element Mystic is going to come out. And there's just no way for Sparkle to swap heroes at this point. As Hanbin's at 90%, he's not going to play Diva. That's never going to happen. So he just has to stick with his Doomfist pick here now, at least for this contest. Look at the control of the choke now. So difficult to get out of here, but they do.
Their way out. Sparkle still going to be picked off here off the bat. XE a little bit too late with the Transcendence, trying to keep him alive. Grab comes down, blocks into sound barrier used by Waffle, but the fire strike from Alpha takes him down before the shield can go off. Element Mystic still trying to turn this one around, but GEEKSTAR fighting tooth and nail to try to get that cart rolled into B. 36 seconds remaining. XE manages to find Young1, but Unique going to be taken out. Sparkle rejoining, almost pops Leo up onto the high ground. He's still swinging away. Shatter online, waiting for an opportunity. Meteor Strike up into the air, dropping back down. Gableshi going to be eliminated on the back of that self-destruct. Cannot get the remake. Sparkle under fire, goes straight back in with a seismic slam. Assassinates Leo, now gets Assassin. He was the first one to die, but Sparkle comes back up. Yeah. Gets back into the fight and cleans up house.
I mean, he's just rejoining these fights so quickly on the Doomfist. They had the breakout there of the choke just barely. He died for it, but the rejoin there is good. And now Element Mystic with double support ultimates here, very likely will have an easy time holding this point B.
We'll be looking for it.
Unique's dead though.
To find Unique. He dies with the sound barrier online. Assassin swaps over to the Doomfist himself, but Hanbin is able to take him out. High energy here for the Zarya, popping Gableshi out of that mech. Loses sight of him here for the moment. Focused in onto the Reinhardt. They manage to get rid of Leo. The uppercut Sparkle gets rid of him, pushes away Who. Shots at this range not going to be enough to kill him off, but the Meteor Strike will come through just to make sure he can't push up, and Element Mystic do manage to hold back GEEKSTAR just shy of point B. Less than a meter remaining, I do believe.
It wasn't flawless by any means. There were certainly some issues there around the Doomfist play. Sometimes he was getting killed, Sparkle was, on his approaches, not able to get the most efficiency out of his Meteor Strikes, minus that one where he finally got it off with like 29 health left. But otherwise here, you know, in those last fights, a little bit careless, the positioning of the supports. Waffle getting that kill there onto Unique. Very, very, you know, uncharacteristic positional mistake on Unique's part. Just taking too much damage from every other source. It was actually just the final blow that comes through from Waffle. Not that he was like one-clipping him in the head with Lucio. But anyway, this is a map now that I think we will see Sparkle play Zarya on the attack. He plays on the defense. That's where its strength is. Going into this next stage, you would think, although he doesn't show it now here, that just go back to Diva Zarya, play standard, play the strengths of the attack. Because for the same reasons I was talking about earlier, why it's difficult to spot the Doomfist when you're the attacking team, when he's the defender. As the attacking Doomfist, it's very difficult to know the exact proper angle to attack. It's very obvious what you're going to do. You're going to kind of just rush in with a rocket punch and try to look for shields and try to look for kills. And this makes Assassin's job to stun him and deal with him much easier. You can see where he's positioned right now. But what happened against Jisoo-Busan Wave was Doha was able to consistently shut down the enemy Brigitte first, which then allowed Sparkle to enter. Let's see if it happens the same way this time.
Well, pushing forward. No need to change up anything. Doomfist still going to be there. Sparkle takes a lot of damage.
They're coming out.
Yeah, they're pushing forward. Sparkle actually going to get picked off again. Who is able to snipe him right out of the sky. Unique pushing into the back. Will be punished for that one as GableSheik comes up with the kill. Very nice start to the defense here from GEEKSTAR.
Who is just able to track these uppercuts so well? It's, I think, the third time he's now killed Sparkle after an uppercut mid-air, tracking him and predicting where he would be. The extra benefit of this is the ult charge he grabs. Very important to build that before the attacking team. Rare, but in this case, obviously viable.
Barely anything gained here for Sparkle so far. Again, going to be focused down. This time, GableSheik coming up with a kill. Doha manages to find the kill onto Leo, but Alpha taken down. Both Briggs get a kill onto the front line.
And I know a lot of people at home are saying, well, it's time to swap off the Doomfist, but when you're 56% Hanbin versus 94 Yeonwon, you can't just go back to 0. You can't swap. Sparkle would have to play Diva, which doesn't make sense, wouldn't really give them much of a benefit here. He's never played Diva in his career before. GEEKSTAR has all the cards now on the defense.
That going to be enough for them. The grab comes down. Sparkle instantly melted. Assassin stunning him up even in that grab, has his number. The transcendence from Maxi not going to find much. Bomb going to be dumped in from GableSheik, looking for a pick off, not going to be able to find one, but now the sound barrier's out from Waffle. Unique has been picked off. Leo gets the pin there onto Doha to eliminate him, and Element Mystic. Things looking pretty drastic here for them.
They are certainly dire for them. If Hanbin gets a good grab here on this attack, you know, and Sparkle's able to build into that Meteor Strike in the longer fight, sure, they could win this and then swap off. But I mean, they are really just trying to force a square peg into a round hole here in terms of this composition. I'm really surprised to see it. You could see the consequences here of running. This is just not very successful anymore.
Jump into the back, gets in behind the break, waits for that shield to expire. Rocket punch onto Leo, not going to be doing too much damage. The grab used by Hanbin, trying to lead to some kills. It's not going to happen. Still very high energy. Bubble thrown down onto Alpha. Answering grab out from Yeonwon. The sound barrier has to be used by Unique. Keeps him in the fight as XC tries to build up rapidly for that next Transcendence. Meteor Strike through. Manages to find the pickup onto Who? Waffle, sliver of HP remaining. GableSheik going to be pushed off the point and popped out of the mech. They finally get the cleanup that they were looking for. Element Mystic will not be full health. They get the cap here with 1.5 minutes remaining and just have to make it to B.
Yeah, bit of a weird right click from Waffle there after the grab as well, kind of just messing up the follow-up damage that GEEKSTAR was looking for to get those kills, and then Sparkle secures that Meteor Strike. And it's just, you know, a rally that comes out here that leads to their armor. That was a weird camera shot we had.
Yeah, and we're straight back into the fight. Wrapping around the side. Ooh, Sparkle. He's kind of stuck.
They don't know where he is.
Yeah, I think they're trying to track him here. They identify it. can't get the seismic slam in time to get that shielding. Now GEEKSTAR going to be pushing up to the choke. Assassin comes up with 2, make it 3 as Doha will also be taken out.
Yeah, well, he assassinates them.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, Sparkle was trying to be the assassin. GameShark finds him. I was talking about the D.Va tracks you up on these high grounds, where he was hiding. It's much easier for the D.Va to figure out where you are, especially when he was using his knuckle gun there.
Okay, well, Shatter. Not going to find anything here. Leo taken down to about half HP. Who's going to be dumping in with that Transcendence? Grabs out on either side. Hunter the first one to fall. Bomb out from GameShark. Not going to find anything, but he makes it back into the mech. Assassin will be taken down by XC. Meteor Strike finds nothing. Sparkle has to back out. Now the sound barriers through from Waffle. GEEKSTAR still fighting up into the choke, trying to find success. Nothing with the pin there from Alpha. He goes in pretty deep on the backside over towards the spawn. Might be taken out. No, barely. Will be able to survive as they clean up the kill here onto the enemy D.Va. Been charging forward, looking to build up for that next grab. One doing a very good job of lapping him here at the moment.
Yeah, this
out.
is...
Just have to keep Sparkle alive, but just can't seem to do it.
This is honestly just a really disarrayed Elo Mystic. They need to regroup. They need to get back on this point. They finally do here, but that was really risky how they were moving forward.
Oh, Sparkle sliver of HP yet again. You can see off screen. Meteor Strike drops him down. He builds him 78. So very low though, has to go back over the cart, try to stay alive. Both lines now gonna be taken out. Seismic Slam not gonna find anything. Sound barriers in, however, Sparkle, he's got free reign. He just needs to nail these rocket punches. The first one gonna miss, gets the uppercut there. Onto GameShark, trying to take him out of the mech. The bomb kills off the baby D.Va. Sparkle's still gonna be alive, but his team dropping around him like flies. Tries to go for the exit, seems like he will be able to make it out, but GEEKSTAR, they push back forward to the choke.
This is really Elo Mystic choking super hard, I think, in a lot of these fights. They're wasting ultimates. They're using ultimates away from contest. Where all those ults they used there needed to be done was at the B point itself to secure the map. They used them early. They built more now, but GEEKSTAR continues to maintain this advantage. They have the support ultimates now. Look at the stun.
Nicely bashed up, does manage to stay alive this time, goes up onto the top, and GameShark's got the rockets, just continues to track him. See there, the grab out from Hanbin, not going to be leading to anything. Luke keeps him alive. Now the sound barrier is going to be through. They only lose out onto Assassin so far. Leo drops the hammer, sliver of HP remaining, gets the pin. Alpha so very low, but XC saves his life, gets the kill onto Leo. Yum1 though, 100 energy still going to be zapping away, building up near.
This is buying so much time.
Ready to go, right click through, Sparkle going lower and lower to get the stun. He gets popped back up by the armor pack, but they inevitably will kill him off Hanbin. Gets the double, now a triple.
And it looks good.
Continue to advance. 50 seconds though.
It looks good for Elo Mystic here right now, but they have to control this choke. If they fail and GEEKSTAR gets out and Yum1 gets this grab before XC's got a trance, they can't win this fight. They can't win this map. This is actually a dire situation. But here we go. GEEKSTAR need to lead on. They need to get out here.
Space Gem for the victory. That's going to be the grab coming down. And no, they actually just can't even get it. Element Mystic. Dude just pushed it straight through.
And what is basically a C9, they wanted to have the surprise angle. They knew Elo Mystic had the first choke controlled because the grab is potentially there, right? And then they come around the other side, splitting GameShark off. But he comes out too late. He misses the tag. And sure, it was going to be a rough fight either way. The grab was the hardest part. Hanbin needs to hit that. And he does. But what a close call there. Had the tag happen, we would see a real fight there. But instead, GEEKSTAR makes a small mistake. I very strongly believe if GameShark comes out on the other side a little bit faster, I have to go back and watch the...
They had to split.
Yeah.
They honestly had to go left and right, split the team, try to send them out that way, but they didn't do it. And
they did it, just that GameShark came out too late. He came out alone, but after it was too late to touch the cart in time.
Yeah. Weird. It was weird. But chat, I know what you're up to. It's not actually, he said basically
almost.
a C9, which implies almost a C9. It is not, in fact,
it was not
a
actually
C9.
It was not actually a C9.
It was not.
I know everyone wants it to be, but
this is a big me. It's a C9. It's not. None of that.
Yeah. Gotta put that lol emote in there, etc. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, for GEEKSTAR,
Letter number...
I mean, look, they were super close to winning that map had they been able to turn that fight there and had they not been gate kept out. That was really a scary moment for Elo Mystic. It looked good for them there, and they had the choke advantage, but if Hanbin doesn't have a grab or someone tags the cart, they get the counter grab when XC doesn't have a trance. There are a lot of ways that goes wrong. And I feel that running the attack Doomfist there was more of a liability than a boon. We know how good Sparkle Zarya is. And had they just played standard, I feel like they win out the Zarya D.Va matchup so well. that just felt highly unnecessary. Maybe it gives you some fan service to the fans, etc., but it almost came back to bite them there on the attack. It was a very tense moment for Element Mystic fans.
That was so unnecessarily close.
Yeah.
There for Element Mystic, but they do manage to go ahead and force out match point. Now it all comes down to Assault, and GEEKSTAR's in a position where they have to reverse sweep if they want to advance into the semifinals. Otherwise, Element Mystic looking to make another appearance where they would go up against Stormquake.
Indeed. I think we're taking a break.
Yeah, we're going to take a break, so we'll see you guys in a couple minutes. All right, don't go anywhere.